What's up, guys? So today we're going to be setting up... Motherfucker. What's up, guys? So today we're going to be taking the final steps in creating our tool for Appify MCP. We are doing the cancel event Google Calendar tool creation today. So like always, it's going to be uncut, raw footage. So hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. But before we get started, make sure to go down below and hit that Skool link. In that Skool, it's a free Skool community, guys. There's unlimited resources that I have created myself, and community members like yourself, soon to be, have also created. There's the part 2 to this video. This is a 3-part series, so be sure to look at that in the Skool below. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so to start us off here, we're going to go into Claude. Oh my browser's tripping. Okay, we're going to go into Claude, Chrome, right here. So here we are in Claude, or actually this is ChatGPT. Here we are in Claude. Actually, guys, I lied. We're going to go to Appify because that's where the tool is actually up and running. Is this shit lagging? I can't tell. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I can see myself over here. Yeah, so that's why I'm looking over there. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and start the actor first. So what this is, really, is we're just pretty much making sure that what we've done, what we've created, essentially works. So as simple as that, we're going to go ahead and press start. And I honestly don't expect it to work the first time. I expect us to have to do some troubleshooting here. Maybe have to get some new Google credentials, but we'll see. If all goes well, it will start. And then that would be the end of the video, but that would be a pretty boring video. So here we go. Go to runs. Okay, let's see what it says here. Google Calendar API search error. Unauthenticated credentials. All right, so here we go, guys. Here we go. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Okay. So pretty much what this is saying, I'm looking at the run log here, and pretty much what this is saying is it recognized the meeting, so that's good. So it can see the meeting that we want canceled. This right here, this like green stuff, that is the input schema right here. So it says meeting with John Doe, and this would be what would be configured via your AI voice agent. So let's say somebody would call in, your AI voice agent would answer the phone, and then they would be like, hey, meeting with Sam this time to this time, whatever. And then that input schema would change according to that, and it would create the meeting. And in order to create the meeting, your AI agent has to call my other tool, which is the create event tool. So, but this one is taking the input schema, and if they match, say the same user calls and they're like, hey, this is Sam, and I want to cancel my appointment for tomorrow at 2 o'clock or whatever time you said before, it'll go into your calendar and it'll recognize that booking and it will cancel it. Hypothetically, that's what it's supposed to do. And judging by this, it is correctly going into the calendar, or at least correctly checking the input schema for that Google event that we created previously. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get some new Google Calendar credentials. And although we did this before with, like I said before in the previous videos, the credentials are supposed to be saved to the same value storage. So, and what I mean by that is essentially it's just saved to the same storage space. So when you put it in one time in this actor, if I go to my other actor, it'll be saved in here too, and you won't have to put it in again. But I think that something might have messed up. Not really necessarily messed up, but we did some troubleshooting in the actor since then and rebuilt it. So I assume the credentials got erased. Matter of fact, why don't we just ask Claude? Why don't we ask Claude what the issue is? Okay. And by the way, guys, Claude Sonnet 4 is one of the most reliable LLMs to create code with. So if you guys are going to create code, this is what I would recommend creating your code with. Let's see. I don't even know where I left off in this conversation before. It's been like a day. Okay, so pretty much it just created the code, and the credentials are going to be saved to the value. Okay, so I'm pretty much just asking what I just said. Are the Google credentials going to be saved to the same storage space? To the key value storage, let me clarify. credentials persist across runs of any actor that uses the same storage name. So these actors, this one and the create event actor, both use the same storage name. So each user has their own storage. Credentials are never shared. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so it says it saves it correctly. According to the code is running correctly, but my credentials are not saved currently. Could this have something to do with rebuilding the actor? When I say actor, it just means tool. It's just called an actor inside of the appify.com. Okay. Yeah, fuck. Alright. Pardon my language. See, this is sort of an issue, because if this happens to all of the users, every time that I rebuild the actor, then all of the users' credentials, they would have to put it in again, which is pretty annoying. Okay, let's see. Uses local storage. Credentials saved locally won't transfer. Looking at our cancel actor, the storage code is, this should create a name store that persists. Let me verify if there's an issue. Look for a store name in Google Calendar credentials. Check if it contains the stored credentials key. Okay, so we'll go into Appify, storage, key value storage. This is where it should be. Is it this? Might be this. Yeah, I believe it's this. Okay. Yeah, that was it. Let me look inside of it. It should have my data. Wow, you guys just saw all of my data. I'm gonna go back and have to edit that. But yeah, so it's stored it correctly. It has the API. It has all the credentials that it needs. So really, I don't know what the issue could be, because the code is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's saving the credentials in the storage space. So as long as the tool references the same storage space, it'll see the same credentials that it needs. And guys, I didn't even create this storage space manually. The code did it for me. That's just how I configured it when I made it. So when you put in your credentials and you run the actor or the tool, then it'll just create the storage space for you. It's supposed to. Okay. Fuck. Dude, I don't really want to get all the credentials again, I'm not gonna lie to you. I will, but it's not that convenient to get, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Credentials saved for future use. I don't know if I saw that. I know you guys all you guys really care about is just like getting the correct information to run this once I make it. But on the off chance that any of you do care about this. Yeah, it says using stored Google credentials. So, why is my mic tripping? So it's using it correctly. It's using it correctly, guys, which is good. Okay. So the issue, oh, my mic is bugging. Hold on. Let me turn it down. Okay, so the issue, I think, is, bro, I'm pretty sure my thing's about to die. But anyway, my headset's about to die. But okay, so I believe the issue is with, it might just be with the builds when I rebuild it. I don't really know. Okay, alright. Yes, I saw the message in the run log. The run log is what we just looked at, where it said this thing right here. It doesn't local. Yeah, I saw the message in the run log. We are testing on Locally or Appify platform. Locally basically just means, are you testing, like, this is before we pushed it to Appify. If you look at the other videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We are testing on the Appify platform. There, I do see the core and key value stores. Okay. Let's just double check it's named the exact right thing. So Google Calendar credentials. Because if it's named like slightly wrong, it'll just completely mess up the whole thing. Okay. That might be the issue. Maybe it says my name before. It says my name before, but I don't know. So possibly that could be the issue, that it says my name before. I don't think it would though, because as you can see, the name is right here and it doesn't say my name. It's just I don't know which one it looks at. I see, the thing is, like, I don't know if it looks at, when it runs the code, if it's referencing this title or if it's referencing the actual, like, username plus the title. You know what I mean? So we could ask Claude. Yeah, let's ask Claude here. We're in the same Appify account. Yes. Within the key value stores, the title is named. Dude, I cannot type. Oh my. Named. I'm just going to go back and copy that here. It's named Google Calendar credentials, but God, I hate how I changed the font. But the actual, I don't know what it's called, like username. I don't. But there's also in a name. Are we sure that the code is reading the title with the title that does not include the username? Because that could be the issue. Oh, I guess that is the issue. Creating/reading from the wrong store. F has different naming conventions for user level stores, actor level stores. So you really gotta like understand. Even though it says this is exactly the issue, that doesn't mean it's true, because you really gotta go through it and ask it more questions to like essentially convince itself that is the fix to the issue, if that makes sense. Because its word of just saying that is not enough. It doesn't really know. It knows better than I do, but, you know. The actor is likely creating/reading from the wrong store. Appify has different name. Yeah, I just read that. User level store. Use existing store ID. Also need to update your create actor. Make the same changes to your original create actor so both actors use the same store. Oh yeah, it's just saying that I need to update the create event actor. Okay. By being explicit about the store naming, we ensure that both actors use the same credential store. So you think that the actor, or that the code is that the actor is reading the username storage. See, this is why you gotta. It doesn't really know. It doesn't really know. You gotta double check it. The actor's probably reading from the correct store, but there might be a different issue. Let's add more specific debugging to see exactly what's happening. Just search criteria, no credentials. Okay. Check the logs for the debugging output. I suspect the actor is reading the correct store, but either token expiration. See, the token should never expire because it constantly rotates. That's why there's 4 credentials that you need, and that's why it sucks to get it so much, because it keeps rotating your API every hour. So you need those other credentials to complete the rotation. Like, it won't complete it if it doesn't have those other credentials there. So I know for a fact that the token should not be expiring because we used all those credentials. Go to the same bank you. Yeah. I think it does look like that when I looked at it before. Okay, so essentially it wants me to install debugging logic into the code. So when we run it, it'll pretty much tell us what's wrong, or it's supposed to tell us what's wrong. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go in here, we're going to change the main.js code. Save, build, and start. While that's building, oh, there we go, it's all building. Yeah, okay, so it is getting it from the correct place because my name isn't on there. I don't know if it's supposed to list these things here. I would prefer it didn't, just because I don't really want you guys to see my API and stuff. But whatever. Alright, I'll just paste in the whole run log. That would be actually easier. Alright. Bro, what? Yes. I don't understand, because we do have automatic token refresh in there. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe it's not. It might not be in the code. That might be what it is. Because although we have it, technically, like, we require it in the code, the rest of the code might not recognize and adapt to that. If that makes sense. That probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay. Automatically refresh the access token. Let me just double check. Shouldn't that token already be refreshing? Because we added all of Google credentials that are required for a refresh. Since you provide all the required credentials using Access token might not have the right calendar API scope. Invalid refresh token, client credential mismatch, calendar API not enabled. See, I know this stuff. I know the API works because the actor did work before with the other credentials. So, like when we put in the credentials into the create event actor, when we ran it for the first time, it worked. So I know that the credentials are good, and they actually work. All right. And notice how like it told me that there was an issue with the whatchamacallit. It told me that it was a refresh issue, and then I went in and said it can't be a refresh issue because we put in all the credentials. Like you can't always take their word for it because you just be going in circles and circles. Like that's what takes so long initially when creating these actors or these tools, because if you don't know what it expects, the reason that I know already that shouldn't be a problem, and that's why I asked it that question, was because I've created an actor like this one before and it was working and I know what I did. But if you're going into uncharted territory and you're creating like a new actor, that's why it takes so long, because you just keep going in circles because Claude doesn't necessarily actually know the issue. It says it does, and then you try it and it's wrong, and then you don't know why it's wrong, and you ask Claude, tells you a different answer, it's wrong. So you got to use your own troubleshooting skills here also. You can't only rely on Claude. All right. Calendar API, Google project. Why not the calendar? Yeah, I did all these, so I don't know what this is really talking about. You might not have requested the calendar API scope. The tokens might only work for basic Google services. How'd you obtain? What scopes did you request? I don't even know what that means. Have you used these exact credentials successfully? Yes, I have. And they have worked. So I know that well, yeah, okay, we'll submit that. And they have worked, because they did. Get this out of here. Brother. Refresh token should be a permanent unless revoked. So the automatic refresh logic I added should solve this. Test the updated actor with the token refresh logic. The debug output will show us exactly what's happening. Where was that logic? Is that what I put in before, or is that this? This is actually in your... It's also possible that when you save the credentials key value store, something got corrupted, or... No, I don't think that's it. Debug output will show us the actual token. Okay, so I think it means paste in this, what I sent earlier. So let's do that. I'll paste it into the main.js. Okay. Main.js. Say build start. Here we go. Alright, so the build completed. And token refresh failed. Token refresh failed unauthorized. So maybe it is a token issue. Okay. Alright. So we might have to get new credentials. Maybe the method that we were using to get the credentials wasn't actually the right way. What does this mean? And what tests did you run? Refresh token is valid or expired. User revoked the access in Google account settings. See, it might have been my fault, maybe, because I've created so many tutorials and created so many new credentials that I don't actually really know if I correctly disabled the old ones or not. You know what I mean? Add this debug code to see what Google actually is. I don't know what that means. We'll need to reintegrate your Google OAuth credentials. Bro. Alright, so I'll do what this says here. Check Google account permissions. I guess I don't have to blur my API if it doesn't work, guys. Save me some editing. Alright. Go to Google account security. Alright, so I will do what this is saying. I don't really want to film it just because there's like APIs and stuff in there. But I'll come back when I have all the credentials and I'll tell you guys what I did. Alright guys, I took some time off camera, went for a little walk, did some thinking, and I came to the realization that possibly it is a refresh issue, because that would explain why it worked correctly the first time, because the token refreshes once every hour. But if I only tried it right when I configured it, the token, that would be before the token would actually refresh, if that makes sense. So of course it would work if the refresh was the issue. So this could be due to just me creating so many new credentials that I never actually disabled the old refresh token, because it could be working perfectly fine in theory for somebody who just set it up for the first time ever. And I hope that is the case, because if that's the case, then it's a pretty simple fix. Really, I wouldn't have to fix anything. It's just a problem on my credential side. But if that's the issue, then, well, there really is no issue. It's just a problem with my own thing. So I'll try to disable my token correctly, or I'll look into it a little bit more as to why maybe the token didn't disable, or if it's actually a larger underlying issue that we need to get into further. But I'll do what Claude was saying, and I will visit the Google account security and stuff like that, and then figure out if we need to take further steps, or if it's just an issue on my end personally. So I will get back to you in 1 second. So I just did some prompting here, asking Claude what the issue was. I said, after doing some thinking, I realized the refresh token, if the refresh token is the issue, that would explain why the actor worked correctly directly after configuration, and not when I tried again right now or an hour after configuration. Diving even deeper, it could be possible that there was no actual issue with the actor, and it could just be an issue with my credentials. This is probably due to the fact that I've created Google credentials more than once, and maybe didn't disable the first ever refresh token that I made. Is that a possibility? So let's see. Hopefully it's that simple. Hopefully it is a possibility. It's probably gonna say yes, because see what I mean, guys? See what I mean? It always says this is, like, it always has a definite answer. You've nailed it, or this is the answer. But take it with a grain of salt, because it's not necessarily the case. Typically, usually is never the case. All right. Anyway, your analysis. Yeah. Okay. First credentials you create OAuth. Credentials got token A. Actor worked right after configuration with refresh token. Second credentials got token B. Token A got revoked when you create new credentials. Google legally invalidated the old refresh token. But I had, yeah, but that doesn't really align with what I'm saying. When you create new one, often invalidates previous refresh tokens. Wait, so if when I create new token, when I create a new refresh token, it automatically invalidates the old one. Just for the sake of simplicity, I hope that's the issue, and that it doesn't invalidate the old one, because if it did invalidate the old one, then we have a bigger issue as to why the actor isn't working, because I have new credentials in here, and the credentials are within the well, actually, no, wait, now that I think about it more, there could be another possibility that because the actor is designed in a specific way to where the user configures their credentials one time and then they run the actor and that automatically saves their credentials to the storage space. So maybe every time that I configured new credentials, it didn't save it to the storage space because it only saved it the first time. Let me just ask. Also, is it possible to my code that the actor... Is it possible, according to my code, that the actor only saved the first credential? That my actor only saved the first credential configuration and not the ones that I created after the fact. This reference the current code to see if the storage gets replaced with every new configuration. So that could be part of the issue too. Hopefully that's the issue. It probably is, honestly, because I specifically designed it to where the user would only have to configure it one time, which is, and I'm going to keep it that way, because if that's the issue, then it's just an issue on my end, because the user, for no reason would they ever have to create new Google credentials. I only have to do it because I created multiple videos on how to integrate with it. So, but the typical user, or somebody who's using the tool, wouldn't necessarily do that. So if that's the issue, it means there really is no issue, but I just can't use it, which is kind of ironic. But this is why it's really important to get third-party views on it and get yeah. So I'm trying to think. Maybe I might have to make a second account and try it myself, because nobody's really trying my tool, as sad as it sounds, because it's free sauce, bro. It's free sauce, and I know it, and I know other people would love it if they knew what it was. But for the time being, we're just gonna have to rep it out. Here we go. It's a cruel world, guys. Cruel world. Here we go. I hope that's the issue, though. I hope that's it. Okay, looks like it's not it, because it should replace. So a newer credential should overwrite. Usually. Bro. But like I said before, though, it is very possible that this is also not true. So I think that I would try it with a new account before I actually go in and like change anything detrimental to my code. Right now we're just adding debugging logic, which is fine. It doesn't really affect the code. It just tells you what the code is doing in like a way that we can understand. It doesn't actually alter the code itself. But I might have to go in and create a new account. Yeah, we might have to do that. All right. Run your create actor with your release script. Man. All right. So it says run the create actor. Okay. Let's go run that actor real quick. Alright, so we're going to run the actor. The last run, well, although it says succeeded, it says down here, API error, login or other validation credential. Yeah, see, that makes me think that it's the refresh token. That would make a lot of sense. But anyway, let's just run it because that's what it said to do. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Had a few dreams about you. Wow. Well, that's running, guys. How's your day going? How's your day going, guys? That's good. That's great. It has to rebuild because I think I added something a while back and didn't build it. Hopefully it wasn't actually something, a big change to the code. Whatever. Damn, this is taking a minute. What the hell? What the helly? The heliante? Alright, I'll resume it. I'll resume it when it's done, because this is taking a minute. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and build it here, or start it, sorry. So the build, not that it really matters, but the build, I changed something a while back and didn't end up actually building it, and I forgot what I changed. So the build didn't work, but it still reverts to the old build that did work, which is actually a good thing because, yeah, it worked, whatever. So we're gonna start it without building it. So we'll start the actor, and we're running it now. So basically, we're just testing it. And remember, what we want is the we want to check the log and see if the credential is saved for future use. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah, see, it says it's saved. Bro. All right. See, I did all this stuff. The Google Platform Library. Bro. I don't think it's that deep, guys. I don't think it's that deep. I just need my credentials, and that should be it. I feel like we're overcomplicating it. Alright, I saw credentials saved for future use to run the cancel actor with the debug version. Okay, let's paste this debug version in here. All right, actor is building. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like there's no refresh token. Compare the saved at timestamp and credential prefixes. If saved at is recent, your latest credentials were saved. Saved at. Bro, there's nothing at saved at. Maybe there is in the other one. Guess I'll go back and look. Oh, there's no, yeah, we didn't add this code. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we didn't add that debugging to this, so hopefully it wasn't referencing this when it said that. Storage will not be updating. See, it just doesn't say, what if it just doesn't say anything, Claude? Claude, what if it says nothing at the saved at timestamp? Then what? Then what do you want me to do, Claude? Bruh. See, I don't even see it anymore. Wait, am I tripping? Oh, it's because I'm looking at the wrong one. Bro, I'm actually tripping. I need to lock in. Save, yeah, see, look, saved at. It's not there. Alright, we'll just paste in the whole log, because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I just don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't know. That could be possible, based on your time. Okay. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Bro. Fuck. Bro, I made so many credentials where it's just like, again, if it's a credential issue, bro, like, it could just be possible that it's on me. Because if I just made credentials one time instead of like 20 times, I don't think I would have these issues of these like of the remaking of the credentials and stuff like. And if that's the case, then the user would be fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, I noticed I'm missing the detailed credential debug output. Let me run the actor with enhanced debug to see if credential brief is. Can you run the cancel actor again so we can see the full credential debug output or info? The logs should show. Bro, I just ran it. What do you mean? Brother, I just ran it. I don't know, it's tripping. Use the same client ID, client secret. Bro. Create actor with all 4 credential fields. Okay. Try running the cancel actor one more time to get the credential details. I ran it, and the output and the log I provided was from that run. There doesn't seem to be any there doesn't seem to be any of these here. This thing's tripping. This thing's actually tripping. Based on the mail client ID, right now the issue is sort of. Run it with all 4 new credentials in the same OAuth flow. Bro, it doesn't work either. Okay. So it looks like I need to get matching credentials. Oh, man. All 4 credentials come from the exact same OAuth authorization flow. What does that even mean? All 4 credentials. What do you mean by this, Claude? Whoa. Client ID, client secret. Yeah, I know those are together. User authorizes parents, creates refresh token. Jesus. Wait. Ooh. Oh. Wait. So I know for a fact that I've refreshed the client secret at least 30 times. God. Bro, this thing, bro, it really loves giving you hope. It loves giving you hope, and then by saying, yeah, exactly, that's the issue, just for it to be wrong. Okay. Alright, so that's the issue. That's got to be the issue, because I've refreshed the client secret so many times. So many times. Alright, let me go do that. If you guys are wondering how to do that, then it's in one of my videos of how to integrate the create event calendar. It shows you how to get all the OAuth tokens and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back. Alright, boom. Just like that, we got the credentials in there. As you can see, let me just show you a little for 1 second here. Go to input. Credentials are configured in here, and then we're gonna press start. So I'm just testing if the tool works succeeded, although that's what it said last step. So we're gonna go down to the log. Found 0 active events to potentially cancel. And that is a good thing, guys, because remember, this is going to be configured by the user. When they call the agent, they're going to be like, hey, I'm here to cancel my booking. This is my name. This is the time. And we don't have any bookings in our calendar right now. So that's why it says 0. Let's see here. These are encrypted, so don't steal my shit. You can't anyway, it's encrypted. But yeah, this is the input schema. So this is what it was looking for. So when it was looking to cancel an appointment, it was looking under these parameters. And this input changes based on when the user calls, essentially. So I think we're all good, guys. I think we're all good. And the actor should be up and running. But since we changed our credentials, let me just see if our other actor works correctly, since we're already on here, because it should save it to the same place. So theoretically, it should work also. Let's see. Oh. Okay. So it didn't work. I guess I'll put it in this input too, just in case maybe that is the issue. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll be right back after I insert some new credentials, the same ones that I just previously inserted. Okay, now that we got the new credentials in there, we're going to go ahead and start it one more time. Hopefully the build works correctly. Hopefully it runs correctly. So boom, right there, baby. Status confirmed. Event link. Okay, so see, this is funny, but I've done this so many times and I never changed the input, so that's why there's like 30 events right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this input and we're gonna copy it, and we're gonna see if the other tool can cancel this same input. We're gonna see if the appointment can get canceled. So let's see how many are here. All right, let me. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 7 appointments here, and we're gonna run the cancel tool, and we're gonna take out one of them because they all have the same parameters. I don't know which one it's gonna take out because there's 7 of them. I could delete them, but I don't really know how that would affect the tool. So let's run it here, but we're gonna put the copied input, we're gonna paste that into the input here. Okay. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see what it does. Okay, I think it was in the wrong format. Cannot be decrypted. Oh, I think I know the issue. Yeah, you can't, okay. So you can't paste in encrypted values. So that's why. So how am I going to get the original one back? I don't know if I can. I'm not going to get. Okay. What if we just delete the whole thing? God. Wait, so let me just see if this works again. Ah, shit. Okay, so we kind of fucked it up. Sorry, we kind of fricked it up. So let me just reinsert the credentials real quick. All right, credentials are reinserted. Save and start. Test it out here. Okie dokie. Event canceled successfully. Okay. So remember, we had 7. We had 7 there before. Hopefully we have 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me reload it. Bro! Okay, there's something wrong. Alright, I need to put it in the input again. Okay. So we'll try to put it in here. Customer name. Well, let's test these. We're just gonna test them. We're gonna copy this here. Copy. What is this? Event ID. Can you get an event ID from here? I don't think we generated one. An event ID. Event ID. Okay, we'll try to use the name. Used to search for events. So maybe we could put it in the customer name. Okay, but I know the customer email is here. Test@example.com. That is obviously there. I don't know if that title would fall under the name parameter, the customer name parameter, or not, but I know the email would fall under the email parameter. So we're gonna go ahead and try that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! Hold on, wait. Yo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. It worked. It worked. It worked. Alright, guys. Bro, I am hype, man. I am hype. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. Alright, guys. So that was a long video, and I'd be surprised if you guys are even watching this part right now, because that was a long ass video. But thank you for tuning in. If you are, that was a journey. It was a journey. A lot of troubleshooting, guys. A lot of troubleshooting. But yeah, we got it handled. So create event tool is working. The credentials are reconfigured, and then the cancel event tool is also working. And so if the customer provides their email in the call, the AI will automatically configure that in the input schema, and then it will use that to cancel the appointment with the cancel appointment tool. Okay, so that should be it. Well, actually, guys, let's integrate it with retail. Okay, we'll do that right now. All right, so here we are inside of retail, and I'll make a video on just this integration part. But since you guys stuck along for the ride, we can integrate it in this video also. So what we're going to need here is just the, we're just going to need the URL of the tool. Well, first I need to publish the tool. That would be useful. I need to make it public so the server can actually see it. So let me do that really quick. Okay, now that the actor is published, we are back in Appify, and all we need for the retail integration is this URL right here. This one right under the title. So you can copy that to clipboard. We're going to go over to retail, and the Appify MCP, all the information, all the URLs will be within the information tab or within the video that will be posted directly after this. So go ahead and watch that video, guys, and it'll be titled something like integrate with your cancel appointment Google Calendar. You guys will know what it is. So anyway, once you have that URL in here, you are connected to the server to add the tool. As you can see, we already have the create event tool here, but to add another tool, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come in here, and I'm going to pause my screen because it's about to share my API. You're going to want to scroll to the end of the URL over here. Okay, so I guess I'll just reset my API. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to scroll to the end of the URL, and all you're going to do, comma, paste. And then you're going to go ahead and update. I might have to update my API, possibly. Yeah, I have to update my API. So I'm going to go update my API for Appify so we can actually see the tool, and then I will be right back. All right, so the API is now updated, so we're going to go ahead and press Add Tools. And as you can see right here, Google Calendar Cancel Appointment Tool. Save. Now, if you watch my last video, you'll have the Create Event tool, and you'll have the Cancel Event tool. And you can use these both in your retail AI agent, and you can make configurations in the prompt, giving it specifics on when to use the tool. But essentially, once the AI agent recognizes that they want to cancel the appointment, it'll call the tool, and then it'll cancel that appointment according to the parameters that the user provides, whether it's email or booking name or something like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys watched till the end, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the actual comprehensive step-by-step on integration. So, which I just gave it to you guys. So if you're watching this, you probably don't need to watch it. But if you're not connected to the MCP server, you may want to watch that video. Or you could watch the other one that I posted, connecting to the Create Event tool, because that also shows you how to connect fully with everything in here. So once again, thank you guys. And be sure to look at my Skool community down below. More stuff like this, more step-by-step tutorials on how to do debugging and creating custom tools that really have never been made before. Guys, this is new stuff that I'm creating. So be sure to check out that Skool. You're not going to want to miss it. Well, we're still really early in the market. Just take advantage of this opportunity with me. Let's go, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking to the end. I did reset all my credentials, so don't steal my stuff. See ya.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to